Thank you, Penny, for that beautiful introduction. You know, when Steve asked me to close today, and I am going to close and I am going to be brief, I was so excited because this really represents an extraordinary opportunity for me to get more Twitter followers than what I already have. I have probably the lamest Twitter following of any public official in Louisiana, and I desperately need your help. Louisiana Soup at Twitter. I was in a high school last week, and I was telling the kids, you know, I'm so innovative and dynamic. I was telling them about how I'm on Twitter, you know, and I'm a bureaucrat, but I'm cool because I'm on Twitter. And this kid goes, that's great. Welcome to 2006, Superintendent. I was like, But really, we've had so many great speakers, Governor Bush, Dr. Fuller, Governor Jindal, of course, Senator Landrieu, of course, the late Senator Adlai Stevenson, by way of Chancellor Joel Klein, of course, as well. It's great to have Senator Stevenson here. But it has been a great day. And the day we called Leadership for Change. And as we've been going on, I've been thinking about what leadership for change means. And I think actually Dr. Howard Fuller said it best when he said this morning, most people in America want change, but they want it so long as nothing changes. And I think we have a choice today as Louisianans. We have a choice as to whether or not today we're going to talk about change. Today, whether or not, as Joel said, we're going to be in the echo chamber, whether we're going to talk about change, or today, whether we're going to be the change. Joel taught me, and Paul Pastorak taught me, and Mary Landrieu has taught me, and others, that our job is to give a voice to the voiceless. That the next step after today is not about the people that's in this room, although that's important, but it's about the millions of people who aren't in this room. See, because there'll be a lot of voices in the room. There'll be a lot of people who have very, very loud voices in the room. But there will also be many, many millions more who do not have a voice, who do not have a voice in the dialogue. And so the question is, will we be their voice? It's our responsibility. It's the principal who's working 15 hours a day just to cut through the rules and red tape that we've hung up around them just so they can get to focus on their students. It's the teacher who's considering whether or not to take a second job because even though they're making significant gains with highly challenged kids, they still don't know if they can make it right for their family. And it's our job to help keep them there and compensate that teacher better. It's the family, the parent, the single parent, who's wondering if there are options beyond sending her child to a school that she knows in her generation only sent 1 in 10 children to college. And it's our job to give that parent choices. And most important, it's the student. I was in a district in North Louisiana last week, and I thought this was so telling. And I knelt down next to a young lady, this was 4th grade, and I said, "What's your name, young lady?" And she said, "My name's Kenyetta." And I said, "What are you doing?" And she says, "We're plotting lines on a graph." And I looked at it and I said, "Is it hard?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Why?" And she said, "Because it's easy, Superintendent." So I said, "Okay, all right." So I got up and I started to walk away, and she kind of tugged on my sleeve and she said, "I can do harder work. I want to do harder work." And so I turned back around and I knelt back next to her and I said, "Well, why aren't you doing it?" And she said, "Because no one ever asked." You see, our job is to ask. Our job leaving here today is to ask. Ask your legislator. Ask your school board. Ask your business community. Ask them why not for our kids. I'm so proud to be part of a movement that asks, why not our kids? Why not today? Why not Louisiana? Why not our 700,000 kids becoming 700,000 great successful lives in this great state? And I'm so proud to be a part of it. Steve, thanks for having us. Thank you for hosting. I turn it back over to you. Thank you so much.